Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to another edition of
Takeover Thursday.
And I'm Miss Melissa.
And I'm Miss Anna.
And we are coming at you live from Times Square in New York City on this New Year's Eve.
Wow, it looks kind of different than I
A
thought
little bit.
it would.
Really, not really. That's like kind of a bucket list thing, but that seems like that's like the thing, right? It's New Year's Eve. That's what we should be doing.
Yes, and everybody watches this big ball drop.
Yeah, and there's lots of like confetti and partying and streamers and woo! New Year's. Whoop, whoop.
Yummy New Year's Eve food?
I don't know about yummy. Well, yes. So like,
Okay, New Year's Eve is the good like snacky snacks, and then New Year's Day you're supposed to eat black-eyed peas and
there's always like supposedly like for luck or to come into wealth or something like that. You do all of these things that you eat all of these things that are really just garbage. So no,
not good.
But New Year's Eve though, that's more like I would say like tailgate type stuff.
Oh,
you know,
yes.
like fried foods.
You know, like the dips and the snacky snacks and appetizers. And
all things gross. Because I guess you feel like if it's New Year's Eve and you lit up a bunch of crap, junk food, whatever, just then New Year's Day, well, new year, new me. So you can get all of that stuff out of the way, and then then you just wake up and you're just magically a new person because it's a new year. So
is that really what happens?
No, it's not.
Huh. That's kind of sad because it's like you look forward to New Year's because it's like a new year.
I guess like the whole clean slate thing and whatever, you change out your calendar, your planner. You have to remember to write the year correctly.
That is true. And it's a school holiday, so you don't have school, so that's really important.
So, but otherwise, that's not, just waking up on a new chronological year doesn't magically renew you and make you a new person. That's not how that works.
I mean, it's kind of like your birthday. As much as you look forward to your birthday and you're going to be the next, you'll be 10 or 12 or 8 or whatever it is, really it's just another day and you're still you.
Yep. So looking back over this year.
So it has been a crazy year. I mean, the good parts is, you get to spend Thursday mornings with us.
Oh, speaking of which, happy 33rd anniversary.
33rd anniversary?
33rd anniversary. So we have done 33 Takeover Thursdays. So most of those have been you and I.
Yes.
There's been a few where we've had to go solo. There's been a few where Eric has stepped in. I did one with Jerry one time with the germs or whatever. And I think it was May 7th. I would have to go back and double check, but I want to say it was May 7th was the first devotion that you and I did, and it was out on the church lawn. And it was with the animals.
The animals!
Yep.
Copper
and Chandler and Joey.
Yes.
Were there. And on that particular day, we were talking about God's provision.
How God provides for us.
And here we are, 33rd anniversary, and can still be thankful, grateful, honored, and blessed at how God has provided for us this entire year.
It has been, let's be honest, it's been a tough year. A lot of our boys and girls have been virtual for a really long time. They went back to school for a few days, and then they got kicked back virtual again.
Yep.
It's been tough. Face masks, like who imagined a year ago that we would be wearing face masks anytime we left the house?
Yep. Not only that, but actually like, I won't say designer face masks, but it just went from like grab a mask, put it on, get out the door to maybe even coordinating that with your outfit or having a holiday
there's some
mask.
cute little puppy dog ones or sloth. I got a sloth one.
Landon and his corgi masks, that was a thing. But now you've got, and a lot of the companies too, a lot of big business, fashion companies, things like that, stopped production of their regular clothing line in order to produce masks. So again, who thought that would become a thing? Or you're that's a cute mask. Mm-hmm. Yeah, not so much. Also things like vacations and family time and gathering and stuff like that.
Even going to the store isn't like, oh, I forgot to get this and let me just run to the store. It's more like, hey, we're going to wait and go at one time so that we're not constantly going back and forth.
Yep, or ordering and having it delivered or picking it up in order to avoid going shopping. It's been tough.
It has been.
However, we have had plenty of positive things that have come out of this year.
Definitely a lot of good stuff. I mean, we've spent more time as a family with Pastor Eric and me and our kids. I mean, spending time playing games, board games, a lot more. Spending just time as a family.
Yeah. I've spent more time with your family.
That's true.
So we've contained the cooties, if you will. But even going in the beginning of this, the very first devotion that we did, part of the reason, boys and girls, that we did that outside is because there were so many restrictions and things. So we've even noticed over the past year over the past few months, how things have changed a little bit, how things have maybe tightened up in some areas, but loosened up in some areas as far as, who you can and can't come in contact with, and what you can and can't do, where you can go.
Another fun thing is birthday parties. Now, it's not quite as fun to have all your friends over, but like the parades where everybody like drives by and they're honking and you're like, woo, hey, that's kind of fun.
Who knew that would be a thing? And to have 30 some odd cars parading outside of your home. I mean, they've even made more car decorations now. You can actually buy big car magnets and things like that specifically for that because it became such a thing.
Right. So 2021 starts tomorrow. So I don't think magically we're not going to have to wear masks and magically we're going to all go back to school. We really don't know what it's going to look like in 2021. But I think if we're focusing on the good things that have come and carry that over into 2021, that it will help make things better.
Absolutely. And I think, looking back too, we were talking about, some of the positives that came out or some of the changes, some of the differences, in addition to, some extra family time. I grew, thanks to you and Pastor Eric, I grew for the very first time my own tomatoes and peppers, and they were delicious. So those are some of the things, me and plants aren't really friends.
I have 3 houseplants inside my house. I've never had houseplants because I just killed them. And magically, they're still, well, I guess not magically, I have been able to keep them alive. All 3 of them.
It's not so much coming and going. You're
right.
here with them, you're spending time, you're breathing on them. They need that. So since you're in the house, breathing all over them. But even, the correspondence. So, before, most of boys and girls, moms and dads, most of bills and things are done online. There's not a whole lot of mail back and forth. Can't remember the last time I bought a stamp prior to this. And then not only did I buy stamps, I bought pretty ones because I started letter writing more.
Yes.
And mailing cards and letters to folks that I've either known forever, maybe I didn't really know them, but just wanted to show them some encouragement. Even in this time, I've met some new friends, some very unlikely friends that I didn't, these might be people that I have maybe met or seen in the past but never really got close to. Neighbors that you see coming and going, you're a little bit more concerned about their health and their well-being.
Pastor Eric and I, we have gotten to know 6 of our neighbors. We knew none of them prior to 2020, and now we can say hello to them. We know their names. They know all of our kids' names. It's actually really nice, and I feel like that is a really good positive thing that has come out.
Absolutely. Even this, and I know we talked about being your 33rd anniversary, but going back to the very beginning of all of this, and one of the first devotions that Pastor Eric did is when he was literally running, sorry Miss Debbie, through the church, going from office to office and stopping whoever was in their office, and just boom, camera in your face, let's talk about sin. So threw a lot of people off, but it was exciting. So here I am sitting in my office doing my thing, and Pastor Eric comes running in, and we're live on Facebook, and we're going to talk about sin and forgiveness and kind of what that looks like. And that was the very first time that I had been on camera for anything children's ministry related. And boys and girls, if you've been with us for a while and you've done, a Windshake camp and kids camp and even a few years ago VBSs and that kind of stuff, Miss Melissa is always behind the camera. Always. I take the pictures. I'm not in the pictures. I'm not in the videos. Hasn't been a thing.
Now we see her all the time.
Yeah, because like I said, Pastor Eric didn't really give me an option, boss man. But that's what started it all. Is hey, we really want to stay connected, even through this. And, Pastor Eric said it a few times. I know you've probably heard us say it a few times, being physically distant, not necessarily socially distant. So us not being able to be close, we didn't want to lose any connection with you guys. So we decided there's got to be some way that we can still come into your homes and share and stay connected with you guys, which is what stemmed all of this.
And remember the scavenger hunt thing?
I do.
That was a lot of fun. So we're getting close to running out of time. So 2021 starts tomorrow, okay? A lot of these things are going to continue on. We're still going to do devotions on Thursdays.
Yep.
Pastor Eric is still going to have Tiny Town Tuesday on Tuesdays and devotion on Saturdays. But church, maybe we can challenge the kids to do their God time sheets, because I know a lot of kids, they do them. We have gotten a ton of God time sheets,
Yep.
but if you don't do them regularly, why don't we challenge them to do the God time sheets?
Absolutely.
Or
The verse
the
memorization.
verse memorization. Y'all remember that you could win prizes for memorizing the verse.
Absolutely. And backing up to the God time sheets. I know Pastor Eric said this before, I'm going to remind you, put your name on them. So
Yes.
sometimes I get some super duper detailed ones. They have addendums or add-on sheets, stuff like that. You guys are putting a lot of work into these, and I don't just flip through these pages. I am looking at them, I am reading them, I look at every single God time that gets turned in, and then the drawing happens. But if there's not a name on it, unfortunately, it goes, and I don't know everybody's handwriting.
And they're great, because
Yep.
there's a lot of Addisons and,
A handful of Lilies.
yes.
So,
So
yep.
make sure you put your name and your grade, because that will help us to do that. But I really want to challenge y'all to get involved. If you guys are still doing virtual, we have virtual life group.
We do.
We have virtual kids worship. So if you are interested in any of that, you can email Pastor Eric or Miss Melissa, and they'll get you guys connected. If you guys are still coming to church, don't forget there's kids worship in the new kids worship room that is super awesome.
It is.
And
Pretty cool.
life group. So there's still a lot going on, and like we said, we don't know what the next few weeks, few months is going to look like, but you know what, we're always here for you. We want to encourage you and pray for you. So if you ever have something you want to pray for us to pray about, you can always email us or message on the Facebook page or anything like
Give
that.
us a call. Same thing with verse memorization and things like that. If you've memorized your verse, call me. Call me.
Or send a video.
Even
That would be really
better.
cool. Post a video online and tag Pastor Eric or Miss Melissa or me. That would be so cool.
I have actually been stopped out in public with someone that wanted to recite their verse to me, which they did, which was awesome. And this is someone that has not started to come back yet. They're still doing all virtual. So if you see me out and about and you know your verse, holla.
Yeah,
I will put your card in the box.
That would be so awesome.
So, all right, boys and girls. Well, happy New Year's Eve. We hope everybody stays safe, stays healthy. Eat your fried food. I would forego the black eyed peas personally, but again, if Mom says eat the black eyed peas, eat the black eyed peas.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, boys and girls. Until next time, we'll see ya.
Bye.